Canestrari for being here, and Tom Wade, thank you as well. I'm also honored to have Saratoga County Supervisor Joanne Yepsen here supporting me. We have Ed Manning, who is county legislator, here. Thank you. We have Sheriff candidate Gary Gordon, who is here, and I'm the city chair, Jack McCann, who has also been so gracious in supporting me when I came and said that I would love to be able to run and serve here in Troy. I've run 5 marathons. And if you know, marathons are 26.2 miles, but most people who have run them would tell you it's really 2 races. There's the first 20 miles, and there's the last 6.2. So it looks actually like a race for city council is much the same. I feel like I've been doing the first 20 miles. I've learned a whole new vocabulary. I have palm cards. I didn't know those worked. I have palm cards, I have buttons, and I have lawn signs. And if you want any of those, I'd be happy for you to take them. Spirit them away. I've also been going to a lot of different interviews. Starting way back in March, I did meet with Tom, and then with Jack. I met with the Democratic Committee. I met with the Working Families Party and was very honored to have both of those endorsements and now be running on those lines. I've been meeting with unions asking for their support, and I'm proud to have the National Association of Letter Carriers, the Troy Area Labor Coalition, the PBA, the firefighters, waiting to hear back from the healthcare workers, and hopeful still for Eleanor's legacy to come through. So that's been fun and quite a journey, and 20 miles passed. But now it's time for the big push. So for the last, not even 6 weeks now, for 6.2, I'm committed to being at the doors and on the phones and in contact with voters from now to November 8th to tell people that I love Troy and I think we can do better. It's time for a new leadership team to move the city forward, to capitalize on our assets. We have these wonderful institutions of higher learning. We have these wonderful shops and restaurants. I'm so grateful for Beirut, and I'm glad to hear that we have so many gems here, and that's one of many gems. We have the Art Center, we have the Troy Savings Bank Music Hall, we have the historic architecture on the riverfront. We have so much. We don't need a spokesperson for our mayor. We need a team of people who are ready to sell this city. It's time to change the tone of the conversation here in Troy. And I plan to lead the way in restoring civil discourse in the council and the administration. We've not been able to move forward on so much of what we could do here because we're stalemated and we're grudge holders and we're constantly at loggerheads with each other, but we can do better. And with a new leadership team, we can implement a plan that can get us to the next place. It's time for new leadership and bringing new people and voices to the table to craft that vision. I was sharing that I've just been talking about the Freedom Square cooperative that's been happening up in North Central. Every place I go, that the Missing Link Ministry, the Sanctuary for Independent Media, the Troy Bike Rescue, and the Collard City Growers. What an odd assortment of folks. Yes. And look at what they're doing for their community. It's a model for what we could be doing citywide, and we should be learning from them. And we should be learning how we can do that together as a city. A few weeks ago, there was a fire just around the corner and down the street. It was at a house that everyone knew to be a drug house. People had been calling for a long time to let the police know that this was going on, hadn't been able to do anything about it. That was here in the East Side neighborhood, right? On day 1 at Lansingburg High School, they got 8 phone calls for police support. Day 1. The crime and the street violence that we experience is real, and it's a barrier to attracting new families to want to come and locate here in our fine city. We need to restore our police presence in our middle school and high schools. We need to restore the strength of our community policing so that we have more feet on the ground. We need to restore our drug enforcement unit, and we need to get back our emergency response team. I believe that most of that can be done with existing budget dollars. Which is to say, as I have been from the beginning, that I am for a safer, cleaner, greener Troy. But it will take deep understanding of accounting that the new top of our ticket, Lou Rosamilia, brings. He understands budgets, and he's going to be able to lead us forward when we're dealing with the 2% property tax cap that we need. But we also need to be able to meet our basic service needs in this community to attract new people to want to move here and to live here and work here, to shop here and open up shop here. All right? I also believe that the leadership that comes with our city council candidates represents people who know what it means to have a family and tighten belts to do what we need to do to balance our budget. Small business owners that can do the same, and church leaders certainly know how to do that too. We need to make sure that our trash and recycling needs are met, and it needs to be met in an effective and efficient way for all the people of Troy, which means that needs to be reassessed, because right now it's not happening in a way that is equitable. We need to make sure that our potholes are fixed. I often say this, I can't believe how much I talk about potholes. But I have a running tab at Firestone, and I believe that that is a working family issue. To be able to have our cars be in good repair, and it's hard to do that in Troy. I believe we need to deal with our snow removal, especially talking to seniors. Winter can be terrible. You can't navigate the streets. We're one of the only municipalities in the area that doesn't have alternate street parking so that they can do adequate snow removal. We need for our sidewalks to be walkable. And so we need to lessen our tax burden, which we have to do, because from Lansingburg to South Troy and up through Sickaway, people are saying, it's hard for me to stay here and it's hard for new people to choose to live here. Our taxes are out of control. At the same time, we need to be able to meet those basic quality of life needs that will attract folks here. We have to do both, so we will do both. I thank you for your support, and I hope I can count on you to be a voter for me on November 8th. And maybe to tell some of your friends to come and do that too. I look forward to celebrating with you at the finish line. Thank you.